it's time for you to use a journal. Salvador Dali, Frida Kahlo, Marie Curie, Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein, Bruce Lee, George Lucas, all of these people are exceptional people in history who've completely changed the world as we know it. And all of these people owned a journal. Today there is also Oprah, Tim Ferriss, Emma Watson, Lady Gaga, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Ben Greenfield. If so many exceptional people in history have journaled, then what is it about the practice that makes it so important? Since 1985, we have reported lower levels of life satisfaction. Too much celebrity culture, reality television, and social media give us this skewed notion that we are only as good as the amount of engagement we receive. For example, me right now. This feel-good addiction feels good for such a short amount of time that we end up losing sight of ourselves. And when we are so busy, worried about what others are thinking of us, we are not making the time for how we are thinking of ourselves. This is why you should be finding the time to spend with yourself. A notebook, a pencil, and the thoughts in your head. This is going to lead to the most important thing of all, clarity. Although studies have shown that women are more likely to keep a diary, and this guy believes there's a certain way for men to journal, the truth is that writing down your thoughts is for everyone. There's no right or wrong way to do it, just whatever works best for you. Now, journaling isn't a quick fix to all of our life problems, but there are a lot of ways it can certainly be beneficial. Make a to-do list. It's been proven that writing down the things you need to do for the day ahead makes it more likely that things are going to get done. It takes a load of stress off as you can now see clearly what your most important tasks for the day are. You can even cross things off throughout the day when you've done them, giving yourself that immediate dopamine reward hit. Write down your goals. A holiday trip you want to take sometime this year, next, or whenever the pandemic ends. A dream job, dream house, going to Dreamworld. Whatever it is, write down your goals. Writing down your goals makes them more tangible and more realistic. These are week, month, year, lifetime goals. Writing down your goals is a steady reminder of what you are working towards and keeping yourself on track to achieving them. It also means you can look back on them later and see how far you've already come. Practicing gratitude and affirmations. Alright, I can already feel some of you rolling your eyes right now, but this isn't any spiritual mumbo jumbo manifestation, the secret bullshit. Writing down what you are grateful for allows your mind to focus on those very things and stops you from getting into a negative mindset. You know those ones. Go watch my video right here if you haven't done so yet. Writing down affirmations keeps you in that positive state. If you often find you're putting yourself down, then writing down affirmations is a good way to spin that back around. We often speak to ourselves internally worse than we would speak to anyone else. We are our own worst bully. So stop being mean to yourself. Tell yourself how smart you are, how far you've already come, how hardworking you are, how persistent you've been. Be kind to yourself. Tracking your habits. It's important to realize that you don't want to overdo this one. It's simply just for you to have an overview of what you're trying to stay on top of. It can be anything, like making sure you have a glass of water when you wake up first thing in the morning. Most of my habits are for mindfulness, like doing morning stretches, exercise, meditation, reading, even journaling can be a habit you want to stay on top of. It isn't here to criticize, judge yourself, or self-loathing. It is simply for you to have an overview at the end of the month, what you want to keep and what you may want to take a break from. Lastly, and most importantly, unloading your stresses. Unloading your stresses can be anything from a paragraph or dot points. One of the biggest killers of brain health is stress. Writing down the thoughts that are crowding your head can decrease anxiety, rumination, and depressive symptoms. Basically, translating messy, difficult situations into words on a page essentially makes them graspable and instantly gives you a different perspective on those problems. Journaling isn't as cliche as Dear Diary. You can make it as big as you want or as little as you want. Spend as much time on it as you like or as little time on it as you need. It can certainly be messy and imperfect. It can be whatever you want it to be. There is almost an endless amount of videos on YouTube from people who like to journal. I personally believe in the minimalistic approach that writer Carroll suggests in his book, The Bullet Journal Method. Funnily enough, I'm going to put my own video out so that I can join the ranks of all the other YouTube videos and you can see my approach as well. What we hope to achieve right now, next month, this year, or in our lifetime, all comes down to our current mindset. Unload your stresses when you most need to, make a to-do list on the days that you need to be productive, have a habit tracker, write down your goals, and write down what you are most grateful for. As corny as this sounds, you'll see the benefits of owning a journal over time when the words you write down on the page can become reality in your physical world. Especially when you turn back through the pages and see how far you've already come and how much you've already achieved. And like the sands of time, these are the days of your life. Thank you for going beyond a thought in why you should journal. If you journal, please comment below, tell me what your journaling practice is, or who inspired you and how you got into it. Like this video if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel, and please make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated for my next videos.